Here we have a Eurolive Behringer. The model is B215D, and the issue of this module is not powering on, and sometimes it's turned on but it's shutting down. Here I am going to replace, because I already checked this before, and I am suspecting one of the IC, which is the IC controller, the SMPS controller. This is the one. The part number is KA3525A. Let me focus, zoom in camera. This is the IC that I'm talking about. I am suspecting that this IC is having an issue. KA3525A. And when I check this, there is no signal on output 11, pin number 11, and pin number 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 14, this one. That output is controlling the MOSFET here for the power supply of the amplifier. We got here standby power supply, so meaning this IC is for the standby power supply and it works fine. We got the standby power supply. The only supply that we are not getting is on the amplifier side, this one, the big chopper. So this IC is related to that section. And if this IC, after we replace and it still not works, maybe there is an issue on this one or this one, because I did not show it to you how I diagnose it. Okay, so let us replace first that controller IC. And before I replace it, I'm gonna show it to you what is happening. I'm gonna turn on my digital tester and I'm going to set it to DC volts. My digital tester is already set to DC volts. So the line supply for the output or for the amplifier section is this capacitor, the big capacitor, and for the standby supply is the small capacitor here. And we have to check the line small capacitor here for the standby, and for the main supply of the amplifier. Let me plug the power cable. The switch here is already turned on, and I have a switch here on my wall socket. Let me gonna turn on. Turn on. So there is no power. See, there is an indicator that it's turning on. I'm gonna turn it off. Let us monitor the supply first on the standby. Okay, where is that? Maybe here. Standby is here, I think. We're gonna turn on. Let's see. No, it's not. Standby supply is over here, maybe. Yes, we got 17 volts here. 17 volts. And here we got 1.6. And here we got 12.21 volts. So, and main supply, which is supposed to be, we are getting more, maybe 50 volts here. Nothing. I'm gonna turn it off. Okay, and let me turn back on again. So it's really, we are not getting that supply, because maybe some of this IC, the SMPS controller IC is having issue. Okay, now let us replace that, and we'll see what will happen. But before replacing that, let us double check the primary capacitor here for if there is this storage. We're gonna discharge first to avoid any electrical shock. And also here. Okay, and let us double check. Okay, and let us see also here, no charge. So we can now extract that IC. Let me remove the connector. Actually, I already checked the FET transistor here and also the driver. All are no issues. So the pin number 1 of this IC is over here, and we got a new one, IC KA3525A. Okay, let us continue. Okay, let me use my TS80P, and I'm gonna set it to 400. Okay, 400. I'm gonna add soldering lead here so that it will be easy to remove, to unsolder this. Okay, so we already unsoldered and we need to pull it up. Okay, IC is out and we're going to replace that with a new one. This is the pin number 1 and pin number 1 is here. Okay, IC is already set in place. We are going to solder that. Avoid to get a bridge solder here because this section of the board is a bit high risk or sensitive. Okay, we already soldered the IC. Let me clean that using the lacquer thinner. Some tissue here. Let us double check under the camera. So I think we soldered it well here. No bridge solder. There's some dirt. And then after that, we are going to test. Let me install the connector and then power cord. Before we plug it in, let me double check the orientation. Pin number 1 is over here. Okay, good. I'm gonna plug the power cord, turn on. Yes. Oh, we just get the blink power and then gone. So, meaning that IC that we replace seems good. Anyway, we'll check if we got supply here. Yes, we got the supply, but it's dropping down. I'm gonna turn on again. Yes, 91 volts, 88, 79, and it shut down. So we still have problem like before. Okay, now I'm going to replace this IC as well. But for that, let me discharge capacitor, discharge. Also here, discharge, and here. Okay. Let me double check, making sure that there's no charge bolts here. Okay, so we're good to go. I'm going to replace this. I also have a new IC in E555. Let me gonna zoom in the camera. Let us double check. I have here, I purchased it online in E345, so the same. And the pin number 1 is over here. So the position is like this. Let me instruct that IC. Okay, IC is out. I'm gonna set this aside and let us clean. Now I'm going to clean with the thinner using tissue. After that, we can now install the new IC. So one, make sure the alignment should be set in place. Okay. Once aligned, we are going to solder. Let's solder it here first. Okay, we already soldered all the pins, and then after that, we need to check if it will work or not. Let me gonna plug the power cable and turn on. So, oh wow, yes, we now have here a steady green. I'm gonna turn it off. I need to turn it off immediately because you know why? All the picture is heating because there is no heatsink. So I'm gonna my digital tester set to DC volts. Let us monitor the main supply. Turn on. Okay, so now we get 93 volts, and yes, the power supply now is stable. We'll check on this side also. Yes, 93.5 volts. Wow. So meaning the only issue is the NE555 IC. This one, not the IC controller. So the one that we replaced, IC controller, is working good. And the function of that IC is controller for a delay. This IC. So wow, nice. Let me assemble this and we'll see. I'm gonna turn it on maybe for an hour and we'll see. Before I assemble that, I need to discharge the capacitors, all the capacitors here, to avoid any issues. Let me gonna remove this. Okay. Make sure that the heat sink is there. Here is fine. Here also, and here. Okay, complete. We can now install back the board. Okay, board is already set in place, and I need to install the screws. Make it sure that this clip is not misaligned. Okay, so I need to have a reinforcement inside here. Okay. Okay, so we already installed the clip, and this is for the speaker, and this is the cover. I dismantled all. No, anyway, I will not gonna include this for my blog. I will just want to secure the board and also the heat sink, and we'll do some observation. I am going to plug the cable, and we'll see if we're going to shut down or it will work completely. Okay, I'm gonna turn on. Power is turned on, and we'll see. We should get here bolts. Oh, sorry. So it's not turning on. Why? Let us double check. Everything is set in place. Okay, everything is set in place. Cable here is okay. Turn on. So I think that IC also is okay. Okay, what else? So I'm planning to replace some of the capacitor here on this side. Oh my god. Turn it off. Turn back on again. Okay, so it seems that it's the same. Oh my god. Anyway, let us double check, and I'm going to replace the capacitor. We need to dismantle it again. I thought it's already fixed. I'm gonna remove this. Okay. So let us take the board again. There's one more here. Okay, and heatsink. Okay, board is out. I'm gonna set this aside. Let me discharge the capacitor here. Okay, this also. Now we have to focus on the capacitor. I am going to replace these two capacitor and maybe this one also. Value of this capacitor is 100 microfarad and volts is 25. And the other one here is 50 volts 10 UF. And the other one is 25 volts 47. Okay, so let us find first if we can get the capacitor. 50 volts 10 UF, I have it. And for the 47, let us get the parts from the donor board. We only have a limited parts. Let me extract first the 50 volts 10 UF. 50 volts 10 microfarad is the one. So double check the orientation. The negative is with a white line here. 50 volts 10 UF. I'm sorry guys for the mesh. We have a lot of silicone grease here. Okay, maybe we can check it that from our digital tester, the condition of that capacitor, so that you can have an idea. Let me set my digital tester to capacitor and let us measure this. Says 10 microfarad. So it seems that this capacitor is fine, but Anyway, we are going to replace that. And at the same time, I'm gonna extract one capacitor. Let me extract this also. Okay, capacitor is out. The value of this capacitor is 25 volts 47 UF. I am going to replace first the 50 volts 10 UF. We have here a donor board. If you have old board, don't throw it because we can get some parts from there. Capacitor is out. Let us check if we get a good capacitor. I'm gonna set my tester to capacitor. You should get 10 UF. Yes, since this speaker is intermittent, so we need to replace these capacitors because maybe out circuit is good, but when during the operation, that's the time that malfunctioning. That is the difficult issues when it comes in troubleshooting. If the symptoms is intermittent, I'm gonna solder this. Okay, right. And next, we're going to find 47 UF, 47 microfarad. All this. Okay, we find 47 microfarad. 47. This is the 10 UF. 47. We got here 25 volts 10 UF. Okay, so good thing that we have now. We find one here. 25 volts 47. This one. Let us double check. Yes, 47. Let me check if it is really 47. Still my digital tester set to microfarad capacitance. Yes, we got here 49. Wow. Let me check the old one, the original one. We'll see. Okay. It seems that this capacitor. Oh wow. So I'm not getting any reading here. I'm gonna discharge. We'll see. Okay. I'm gonna reverse. Oh my god. Okay, so we are not getting stable value here. So maybe this is the reason why the behavior of the power supply is not stable. See that? Oh my god. Let us gonna check the donor capacitor. This one is fine. It's instantly reading. But the old one, the original one, is really not giving a good value. In reverse. Okay, so good thing that we also decided to replace that. So I'm gonna install this here. Actually, based on my experience, most of the capacitor is breaking because due to some electrolytes inside getting worn out or expired, especially for filter. So best idea, if you have trouble like that intermittent, best practice is to replace the capacitor. We already replaced the capacitor and we'll check it again, and hopefully that's the only issue, the capacitor. Before I installed it back to the case, let us check first if we can get power. Let me grab my power cable. I'm gonna plug the power cable, zoom out, we'll see. Okay, gonna turn on. So still we are not. Sorry guys, I forgot to connect the panel board. All right. So, okay. Avoid contacts here at the ground. Okay. Let me turn it on again, and we'll see. Wow. Now we got the power. Turn off. And let me turn back on again. Yes. Okay. Let us assemble again, and we'll see what will happen. Let me detach this connector, and also I'm going to detach this because it's difficult to install back the board. I'm gonna set this aside. Let me grab the heatsink, and before we install this board to the heatsink, let me discharge the capacitor. Discharge both sides. Discharge also here and here. Okay, and here we go again. Let us install it back to the heatsink. I think that's the only issue. The capacitor, the value is 25 volts 47 UF. Okay, next sync. Okay, clip are already installed. Alright, so now we're going to connect the power line and also the speaker connector and panel board. Alright, and we'll see. Hope for the best. Let me plug the power cord. Double check, no short here. Okay, okay. And then I'm gonna turn it on. Turned on. Yes, we immediately get the power. And let me show the time. Okay, timer here. Okay, timer. Reset. Stopwatch. Okay, start. While waiting for the timer, I have here small speaker. I need to check if we can get the audio. I have small speaker only to check the audio. This is for the Twitter. I'm gonna connect the speaker now. Okay, speaker is connected. Let me check the audio. I can't play the audio, the music, because it is like copyright. To avoid that, I just want to check only audio signal input here, and the volume, bass, high volume is here. Yes. Oh, you heard that, guys? It got audio. Okay, and next I'm going to check the woofer. This is for the tweeter. Tweeter is good. Let's move to woofer. I'm gonna install the speaker for the woofer. Okay, speaker is already installed, and let us check the audio. Yes, I'm gonna turn up the bass, the low volume, and the high. Check. See that? Wow, we got audio. It seems that the amplifier now is stable. It's not shutting down unlike before. And we got now how many minutes? 3 minutes. Let me gonna turn it off. Turn back on again. Yes. Wow. Oh my god. So we replaced the IC controller. We replaced the delay IC controller, and we got the same problem. And we decided to replace the two capacitors. And during testing, one capacitor, which is 25 volts 47 UF, having an intermittent value and not giving stable value. And after replacing the power supply, now the amplifier is working fine. Okay guys, hope you learned something on this video, and if you like this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless us.